President Joe Biden has announced that the United States is forming a new Indo-Pacific security alliance with Britain and Australia that will allow for greater sharing of defense capabilities, including helping equip Australia with nuclear-powered submarines. Biden, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison appeared together virtually Wednesday to detail the new alliance, which will be called AUKUS.
AUKUS will bring together our sailors, our scientists, and our industries to maintain and expand our edge in military capabilities and critical technologies.
The new security alliance is likely to be seen as a provocative move by China, which has repeatedly lashed out at Biden as he sought to refocus U.S. foreign policy on the Pacific in the early parts of his presidency. Gold medal winning gymnast Simone Biles and some of her teammates called out the FBI and others over sexual abuse by USA Gymnastics team doctor Larry Nassar Wednesday. AP's Sagar Magani reports.
Enough is enough.
Through tears at a Senate hearing, Biles and other gold medalists described a system that failed them, from Olympic officials to law enforcement.
The FBI turned a blind eye to us.
Fellow Olympian Michaela Maroney says the FBI minimized and disregarded her report of Nassar's abuse well before his crimes became public.
They allowed a child molester to go free for more than a year.
FBI Director Chris Wray says it's unacceptable.
These individuals betrayed the core duty that they have of protecting people.
And says the FBI is working to make sure it doesn't happen again. Sagar Magani, Washington.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has restructured his cabinet. We get more from AP's Karen Chamas.
The move is also expected to help him push forward his agenda to boost economic opportunities in the UK after the pandemic. One of the biggest changes was the firing of Foreign Minister Dominic Raab, who faced strong criticism after he delayed his return from a holiday in Greece as the Taliban took over Afghanistan last month. Raab has been demoted to Justice Secretary and Deputy Prime Minister, a move down from his earlier role heading one of the government's biggest departments. Raab had been a key member of the government who stood in for Johnson when the Prime Minister was hospitalised with coronavirus last year. Karen Chamas, London.
U.S. states are learning how many Afghan evacuees are coming their way. AP's Ed Donahue has details.
The Biden administration is notifying governors as well as state refugee coordinators. There are about 37,000 in the first group of evacuees. State Department data shows about 5,000 of them will be going to California. Others are going to Texas, Maryland, and Virginia. The administration has requested funding from Congress to help resettle 65,000 Afghans by the end of this month, 95,000 by next year. Many of the new evacuees requested to be resettled in states where family is nearby. Each will go through a Department of Homeland Security coordinated process of security vetting and health screening. They'll receive about $1,200 to help with rent, furniture, and food, and provide a small amount of pocket money. Ed Donahue, Washington.
A growing number of people in the United States are requesting religious exemptions from the COVID-19 vaccine, even as mandates rise. AP's Walter Ratliff has more.
Religious objections are becoming a much more widely used loophole against the COVID-19 shot. This includes about 3,000 Los Angeles Police Department employees and hundreds of Washington state workers seeking religious exemptions to the vaccine. The exemptions often involve the long-time role that cell lines derived from fetal tissue have played in the research and development of various vaccines. Roman Catholic leaders in New Orleans and St. Louis called COVID-19 shots morally compromised, but the Vatican has said it is acceptable for Catholics to receive COVID-19 vaccines. I'm Walter Ratliff.
Pope Francis said Wednesday that Catholic bishops must minister to politicians who back abortion with compassion and tenderness, not condemnation, and warned that they shouldn't let politics enter into questions about receiving communion. U.S. bishops have agreed to draft a teaching document that many of them hope will rebuke Catholic politicians, including President Joe Biden, for receiving communion despite their support for abortion rights.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.